What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp. Today we're going to be doing a review on the AT3 Rugged Carbine Optic, or RCO. Should be a good little video, so let's get right into it. So, like I had mentioned before the intro rolled, we're going to be doing a review on the AT3 Rugged Carbine Optic, or RCO. And before we dive right into it, I would like to say thank you to AT3 Tactical for sending this red dot out. It really means a lot. If you want to pick something like this up, or any of AT3's other optics, you can check it out on Amazon. Or if you want to go to my link, which is TakeSomeOutdoors.com/links, you can find a link to their website, and there you can pick it up. Alright. Also, I would like to shout out Kerr Ammo. They are the sponsor, or the ammo sponsor of this video. They provided all the 5.56 for this testing. Really appreciate them. They're out of Texas. They're a fairly new ammo distributor, so you should go check them out. Support 2A channels. Speaking of supporting 2A channels, if you do support the 2A, you should give my channel a subscribe, because we're all about the 2A here, obviously. Back to Kerr, if you want to save $10 on your first order, code Delp10. Save $10, no minimum order. So go check Kerr Ammo out. Alright, so without further ado, let's dive right in onto the specs of this thing. We'll talk about kind of what's here in this little optic, and then we're going to talk about kind of how I shot it, how I used it, how it was performed through the testing process, and then kind of where I see it fitting in. Okay, so let's dive right smack dab into it. This is a $200 red dot. Okay, MSRP $200 at least. You can probably find it around $150. That's kind of where the price point lies. This thing comes with a bunch of different optics mounts, so you can go like a low profile optic if you want to run it on like an AK. You can run it on a 1/3 co-witness or an absolute co-witness. They have a bunch of different risers, so however you want to set it up on your rifle or pistol or carbine or whatever you're using it for, it comes with the optics needed for that. Okay, so it doesn't have a typical optic or reticle. It has kind of a dot with a circle. So the dot's a 2 MOA dot, and then your outer circle is a 62 MOA. Okay, so that it really works well. I think it's a very, very good, crisp, clean optic. I was actually pretty surprised with how good it looked. I've never done anything with AT3 before. This is my first experience with them, and I was very pleased with how clear it is. So you have your windage and your elevation, which is pretty standard, and this does have a little battery here on the side. It's the CR whatever battery, the basic red dot battery. I always forget the 1,000 different numbers. You have 9 different illumination settings for daytime and 2 different night vision settings. So nice, you can run night vision on this thing. And then it has an automatic cutoff. So like a lot of optics nowadays, if you leave it setting and it doesn't sense any movement, so if I just like leave it here, no movement whatsoever, then it'll cut off in 6 hours, which is a really nice feature because I am notorious for letting these things just die. I'll run it on a high power and I'll stick it in the gun safe or wherever it may be, and then it'll just die on me. So I have pretty crappy luck with that. So that's a nice little feature, and it'll remember the brightness you leave it at too. So if you're running it on max brightness, it'll remember that it's supposed to be on max brightness. So it's a nice little feature. Alright, so that's pretty much all it is. This red dot is pretty standard. I mean, there's not a ton of craziness to it. I always like to see some kind of solar integration into it, like a solar panel on the top that keeps the battery running longer than it would typically with your standard normal battery. But this is fine, and for $150, that's pretty on par with a lot of normal optics. How it performed: ran this sucker on the DB15 here, the black gold series, and if you were interested in picking up anything from Diamondback, you can now go to their website, or you can go to TakeSomeOutdoors.com/links, click Diamondback, and then code Delp10 saves you 10% on anything at Diamondback's website. You guys are always asking me about deals and stuff. Awesome deal, because Diamondback makes some sweet stuff, and if you use code Delp10, it'll save you 10%. Now, there's a caveat to that: no on sale items. Sorry, but that's just the rule. They gave it to me and I was like, I'll take it. So just to save you guys some money on some full price stuff, Delp 10 will save you a little bit of cheddar. So this ran on the Diamondback, ran great. Did a lot of testing with it, a lot of testing with the Kerr. This is the M193, so it's pretty much some standard 5.56 stuff, and it ran like a dream. I zeroed it in at 50, took it out to 200, like my normal steel, and it did great. I like how it looks, like how it feels, like how it performed. I mean, I was honestly really surprised with this little Red Dot, especially because I don't have any experience with AT3. This is like my first. I didn't really know what to think about them. Just looking at the website, I was kind of a little taken back by it. I was like, man, this looks like a, like it didn't. The website made me feel like it wasn't as quality, so I was a little. I judged a little bit before I even got it, but it ran well and it ran good, so I'm happy with it. How it performed, that's how it performed. Now, where do you sit? Like, where should this thing be used? It's a Red Dot. You want to run a magnifier on it, that'd be fine. But this is like your close to mid-range optic. Like I said, I zeroed that sucker in at 50, took it out to 200 yard steel, and I was happy with it. I wouldn't say this is a range, like long range thing by any means. I wouldn't shoot further than 200 yards with it. My personal shooting, I like a little bit of magnification and stuff like that. So maybe if you want to run a a magnifier, a flip over magnifier, you can do that and it'd be fine. It'd work great. If you want to stretch your legs just a little bit further, like 300 yards or so. But just your CQB, your home defense stuff, this is where this optic fits in. And it's shockproof, waterproof, so you can get it wet, you can do all that great stuff with it, and I mean it'll run fine. So it's a very rugged little optic and good for that close quarters or home defense or that kind of scenario where your Red Dot really shines. So that's pretty much where I see it fitting into all your builds and stuff, is that. Alright, so I think that really about does it for the video. If you're a supporter of the Second Amendment, like I said, you should give my channel a subscribe, because we are all about the 2A here. We do all kinds of stuff like Red Dot reviews, firearm reviews, you name it, it can be found here. Firearm vlogs, I just did a vlog of shooting 300, 500 yards the other day. Had a blast with it, so you should go check that out as well. I'll card that somewhere. And that's what we're all about here, so I really appreciate it if you supported me, because in turn I support you guys. So there's that. Also, big shout out to Kerr. Without them, this video wouldn't even be possible, because I wouldn't have anything to shoot, because YouTube doesn't do crap for me, because they hate the Second Amendment. So I don't get to make any money on these videos. So Kerr sponsored the ammo. So big shout out to Kerr. Code DELP10 to save you a little bit of moolah on that first order. Alright, so I think that about does it for the video. I appreciate everybody for watching. As always, take someone outdoors. I will see y'all next time.